How's it going, everyone? Marriland here, and that's right, it's time for more Pokémon Sword and Shield. So, last time I checked out Wedgehurst, yeah, that's it, yeah, check that out. So now it's time to go on to Route 2. Over here, Marriland. Alright, Marriland, it's time we filled in our teams a bit. And I'm here to teach you how. You'll need to catch Pokemon if you got any hope of filling in that Pokédex. Lee, where'd you come from? Only, look at you, little Marriland, you've already caught some on your own. Your mom gave you those Pokeballs, did she? I'll give you some more Pokeballs. In return, I'll only ask that you catch plenty of Pokemon. The Pokemon around here seem easy to catch, almost like they're itching to join some trainer's team, wouldn't you say? Sweet, so you get 20 Pokeballs, in addition to whatever you had. The Pokemon on your team will get experience points when you catch Pokemon, too. And of course, they get experience points from battles, so take on the other trainers you meet along the path to help your Pokemon thrive. Your team will keep on changing and growing as you get stronger together, no doubt. But even I don't exactly know how yet. Show your champion something good, alright? Alright, I'm gonna catch loads of Pokemon. The professor will be shocked when she sees. Yeah, so if you caught any Pokemon prior to that scene, then yeah, you completely missed the here's how to catch a Pokemon tutorial, because duh, you already know. But just in case you're curious what it looks like, let me show you what it looks like having Leon show you how to catch a Pokemon. Now, let's all have a champion time as I show you how it's done. Out you go, Rookity! This is the way a real champion catches Pokemon. Typical Lee. I know, wasn't that exciting? Okay, anyway, there are a few more Pokemon here to catch, so let's see if I can find any of them. Ah, well, here's one of them. Perfect. So this is Seedot. It is available on this route only in Pokemon Sword. If you're playing Pokemon Shield, you'll find Lotad here instead. Both are at least part grass, although Lotad is also part water type. Seedot will eventually become a grass dark type, so it's not a bad choice. Obviously, if you already have, say, Grookey, you're probably not going to need Seedot. And for that matter, if you have Sobble, you probably won't need Lotad either. Well, actually, Seedot or Lotad for Grookey, of course. Yeah, so, I don't know, they're alright. They evolve at level 14, and then further with an evolutionary stone, so you can actually get their final evolution fairly early on. Not bad choices, not at all a must-have for this route, but I'm gonna see if I can pick this thing up anyway. Now, I should also mention, it is very easy to catch most Pokemon on this route. What Leon said was indeed true. The Pokemon that you encounter are generally easy to catch and just itching to join your party. However, from what I've experienced, it doesn't seem like it's 100%. Like, I know in the older games, if you visited, say, the starter route, let's just call it, then there was a chance, or not really a chance, you'd basically be guaranteed during your first trip through that route, you could catch Pokemon at pretty much 100% odds. Now, I've tried this out on a few different saves, just to kind of see, and I have had things break out every now and then, but for the most part, at least anything that you see roaming around on the overworld seems like it has a very high chance of being caught. So you probably don't even need to bother weakening things. You can usually just throw a Pokeball and you're fine. Also, important to note, at this point, you can now buy Pokeballs. In fact, I should probably show you that because there's another special function, not really function, but a bonus you can get. So let me head back on over to the Pokemart. Actually, there's this dog right here. Hey, I want to add you to my party. It's Yamper, one of the new Pokemon. It's an adorable little corgi dog thing. Very cute. Let's just try to catch it with a Pokeball. All right, fetch. Yeah, it actually has the ability Ball Fetch, which can kind of work out fairly well. If you throw a Pokeball and it fails to catch a Pokemon, then Yamper will retrieve the first failed Pokeball that broke from that attempt. So it's kind of handy if you're going around catching Pokemon. It also has early access to Nuzzle. So now that I have a full party, by default, at this point, you'll have an option to either add it to your party immediately, send it to your box immediately, see your new Pokemon summary, which may help you decide that. Yeah, there's that Ball Fetch ability. And as you can see, there's this Nuzzle that I was telling you about. It's fairly weak, only 20 power, but it does automatically paralyze the foe, which will reduce their speed by quite a lot, and also make it so every now and then, they won't be able to attack. So you can combine that with a move it gets very shortly afterwards, Bite, and that also has a chance of flinching, making the opponent flinch. So that 30% chance of Bite flinching plus the 25% chance of Nuzzle, well, paralysis rendering the foe unable to act. It means this thing, it might not do a lot of damage, but it can stop the foe from doing a lot too. So it's kind of nice. That's one of the things you can use in battle with it. So anyway, let's go ahead and add this to the party. We can do this directly from here. Hoot Hoot, you're all right and all, but I really don't need a Hoot Hoot. I don't really plan on using one. All right, so there we go. Anyway, now let's go back to the Pokemart. All right, I healed up my Pokemon just because I might as well. But yeah, as you can see, now you can buy Pokeballs from the Pokemart. Now, it's a good idea to buy Pokeballs always in increments of 10. It doesn't matter if you buy, 10, 20, or 30 at any one time, but for every 10 Pokeballs of any variety, by the way, that you buy, you'll receive a bonus Premier Ball. There, 2 Premier Balls. Very nice. Now, what do Premier Balls do? They're basically the same as Pokeballs. They have the same catch rate. However, they look nicer. They're just a nice looking, fancier Pokeball. But other than that, it's the same catch rate. So, use it if you want your Pokemon to feel a little fancier. Because you can see that when you throw the Pokemon out in battle. You can see whatever Pokeball type it was caught in. It will indeed be that, which is, it's kind of neat. I know a lot of people like to try to get Pokemon in different Pokeballs. So yeah, moral of the story, when you're buying any kind of Pokeball, always try to buy it 10 at a time, even if it's a better type of Pokeball. Well, this is good. Here's another Pokemon that I was hoping to show you. It's Choodle! It's a tiny little turtle thing. Kind of looks a little silly, actually. So, yeah, let's just try to catch it. I'm all stocked up on Pokeballs, right? So this thing, it's a reasonably strong water type. Nothing outrageous, but it does evolve at level 22. And once it evolves, it has a lot of attack and defense, and pretty darn good moves too, so it's quite solid in that regard. Probably not going to need it if you have Sobble, but, keep that in mind whenever you're catching Pokemon, or at least thinking of who to add to your team. You don't really need to have 2 water types, or 2 of, the same type, for the most part. It's not always the worst thing, especially if it's a type like, well, actually, water only has 2 weaknesses, so it's not so bad. So I guess using that logic, actually, this team isn't that bad. I don't really have a water type. I have a grass type now. Let's get rid of Rookidee. Which, I've used a Rookidee in one of my playthroughs, and it did pretty good, actually. I'm not at all disappointed with it, but I've also kind of used it before. Oh, no. So I should point this out really fast. You can tell your Pokemon's nature, at least what effect it has on your stats. You can see the nature over on this tab. So this one's a bold nature. And, you know, you probably know this already, but there's something new that has been added to Sword and Shield. So this part isn't new, but the stat that you see labeled in a blue color, that means it will have 10% less of that as a result of its nature, whereas the stat in red means it'll have 10% more. So bold nature, not really great for Choodle. It could be worse, but not really great. However, there are items that you can use later on in the game that will essentially override that stat boost. You'll still keep the same nature, but it's a lot less important to have a Pokemon of a specific nature. It's not like, oh, this Pokemon is a bold nature, it's terrible for it, never gonna use it. If you get one with a good nature, wonderful, that's great, but don't worry too much about it. It really doesn't matter for the most part if you're just playing through the game, but I figured I'd let you know about that. Anyway, it's time for a trainer battle, so yeah, if you want to change which Pokemon you have up front, because whichever one is in this top position here will be the one that you lead in the trainer battle fight, which I haven't really shown you how to do. It's pretty straightforward. You just press Y, and then you can reorder where it is. You can also press A and then press swap Pokemon to move the old-fashioned way, which, you know, some people are still familiar with that. Okay, whichever Pokemon you use will get a little bit of extra experience as opposed to any that aren't in battle. But generally speaking, it is totally fine if you just use your starter for right now, because even Pokemon that don't participate in the battle will still end up getting experience points. So that's really fine if you just kind of, I don't know, go through a few fights with just your starter, who's very capable. And then your other Pokemon will have a chance after they've gained some levels. So this is the first trainer in the game that isn't your rival. And yeah, youngster Jake, he has a Squavit on his team. Shouldn't be that tough at all, unless you're using one of your new Pokemon. But, you know, not really a big deal. Let's take it out really fast. Huh! I just love Scorbunny's animation. I just love how he's all hopping back and forth. He's just raring to go. I love it. Alright, yeah, and as you can see, definitely good for gaining experience, which is nice. They definitely fixed that from Pokemon Let's Go. Whenever there's a strong trainer, I always look right at them. And you also get some Pokédollars, I mean prize money, after you beat a trainer, which is definitely a good thing. You can use that to buy more items and stuff. Alright, so let's see. Actually, I don't think there's... No, there is another Pokemon. Whoops. And it is one of these random encounters here. It's not you. Darn it. Okay, it's also not a big deal. I'll just move forward here. I probably should have just done some damage and knocked it out to get a little bit of extra experience, but oh well, it's fine. Okay, so at this branch in the road here, you might as well take the high road, right? Now, whenever you see a red sign like this, it has some trainer tips for you. It's basic knowledge. It's just talking about experience points, but you know, it's good to know that if you're not familiar. There's also 2 potions waiting for you right there. Definitely pick those up. Alright, there's yet again another fork in the road here, so just take a little detour. Well, hold on, I want to see this random encounter. Nope, not the thing I'm looking for. We'll find you, don't worry. We will. Alright, let's get out of here. Okay, so this item over here, it is 3 Pokeballs. Wonderful. Hopefully you've been using some. Yeah, these ledges, they're one-way ledges, just in case you didn't know. Doesn't really matter here, but yeah, I guess it's still good to know. Okay, so you actually can completely avoid that trainer if you want, but I'm going to fight her anyway. What is up with all these Hoot-Hoot? That's so weird. So, of course, some Pokemon can only be found in the random encounters, which are the shaking grass that you will occasionally see. And then there are some that will only be found in the overworld encounters, too. So, yeah, let's go ahead and... Actually, what do you have for moves? Do you have a grass-type move? You do. You have Absorb. Alright, well, I guess we'll use you. because I think you'll be handy against the next Pokemon that this trainer has. Cute and strong together in combination. Yeah, well, we'll see about that. All right, last Lauren. She has a Choodle, which is a water type, so not exactly something my poor little Scorbunny wants to fight against. Okay, but that's fine. We can absorb. Probably won't do a lot of damage, but, you know, it's fine. Oh yeah, this is gonna take a while. But at least I get some healing, so yeah, I'll be here for a bit now, won't I? Alright, I saved you the monotony of having to watch me use Absorb a total of 4 times. But yeah, that was all it took to take this thing down. Give my C-Dot a little bit of battle experience here. And yeah, as you can see, she gained a lot more experience than anyone else. Also, since Scorbunny's at a much higher level, look at how much less experience Scorbunny gets compared to the others. So it does keep your levels in check, which is kind of nice. Are we cute and nothing more? It looks like our strength still has a ways to go. So 504 Pokédollars from taking her down. Very nice. No, you don't want to fight me, Choodle. Okay, so there is just one more trainer left on the route right here. Let's go ahead and take him down. So, little birdie told me that using Scorbunny might be a good idea here. Although if you have a Rookity or Hoot, that should be fine as well. I couldn't beat Hop, but I'm gonna beat you. And really, none of the trainers are that tough at all. It's really not a problem. But yeah, he uses a Blitbug, bug type, so you know, you might want to keep your Grookey away, especially because it does have a bug-type move. Now, he also has a second Pokemon on his team, making him the first of the wild trainers. Wild trainer! A wild trainer appeared! No, first of the other trainers out in the wild to have another Pokemon. But yeah, he has a Nickit as well. So yeah, this would actually be a really good opportunity to use my own Blitbug, because Bug is, of course, super effective against Dark. Now, something I should definitely note, they added this in Sun and Moon, but just in case, you know, you've been playing, you've already fought a Pokemon, and you don't remember exactly if you have something that's super effective against it or not. Well, see how Struggle Bug says super effective? Yeah, if ever you have a move that's super effective or not very effective or just normally effective, it will show it on the move selection. Only if you have at least fought that Pokemon once before, or you have seen it, or you have added it to your Pokédex. So, for instance, if this were the first time I ran into Nickit, I wouldn't know that it's going to be super effective against it, so it's quite handy. I do like that they added that. I know a lot of people complain that, oh, it makes the game too easy. But I think it makes it more accessible for people while still having that surprise factor for the first time you run into a Pokemon. Anyway, get some more experience here. That's always a good thing. Lose to wild Pokemon, lose to many trainers. And 420 Pokédollars for that. Nice. Alright, so yeah, anyway, that takes care of that. Let's head on over here. Although, before we go over to this little meeting over there by that fancy house, there's a bench! Oh, look at this magnificent bench right here. But there's also fishing. Yes, you can fish right from the get-go. You don't have to wait until any point in the game. If ever you see like a little rippling water patch like this, you can just press A and you'll cast your rod, which is kind of nice. And then when you see an exclamation mark, you press A to reel it in. Whoa! So here you'll find Magikarp. Yeah, I wouldn't even bother catching it right now, to be honest. You can get them at a much higher level later on, and they're going to be very useless until then. So I wouldn't even worry about that. Also, look at that new Pokemon over there in the water. There's quite a few of them there. Yeah, well, there is a new Pokemon you can get here. But other than that, you're going to be running into kind of, well, a lot of Magikarp. You could also find Choodle here, and then there's a very rare 5% chance of running into an entirely new Pokemon. Let's see if I can find it. Also, this does respawn after a few seconds, which is very nice. Yeah, see, it's already back. Whoa, all right, so you see that kind of glowing stuff there? Well, occasionally you'll find Pokemon that have like this glowing aura when they're on the overworld. And I guess it can happen with fishing too. You definitely want to fight them. No, it doesn't mean they're going to be shiny or anything like that. I mean, they could be, but what it means is after you've beaten that Pokemon, you'll get this kind of special currency called Watts. And I also think, I'm not entirely sure, but I think I heard that you get a higher chance at like better stats and stuff if you catch the Pokemon, which looks like we're not catching that Magikarp. But yeah, anyway, it's good if you find those, because when you beat those Pokemon, you'll gain 129W! Yeah! I love 129W! Don't worry, you'll learn about that later, but you can still run into Pokemon with that aura. It just means you'll gain some of that currency, which you will be able to use in a later area that we'll explore actually pretty soon. After this episode, if I'm not mistaken. All right, anyway, I'm still trying to find that Pokemon. I'll see you in just a moment. There it is. Ah, the new Pokemon, Arrokuda. Yeah, it's definitely on the rare side. You might as well call it Arrokuda because it's so rare right now. 5%. Although, actually, I feel like I found it fairly fast, all things considered. Anyway, let's see if I can catch this thing in a first Pokeball, right? If it breaks out, well, I'll have my doggo take care of it. Although there, it was pretty easy to catch. Nice. Yeah, this Arrokuda thing. This is, it's quite rare. It evolves at level 26. It's pretty strong early on, but once it evolves, it is like very fast, and it hits really hard too. Doesn't have a lot of defenses, but I think it could be a pretty good Pokemon. All right, so anyway, let's actually add it to my party. I'm gonna get rid of this this Choodle. Sorry, little Choodle, but I only need one water type right now. Okay, you know what would also be great is if I could have just fished from this bench. Like, come on, look, I'm so close. All right, well, anyway, there are a few more Pokemon I want to encounter, but you know what? I'm gonna wait just a moment. However, there is a hidden item right over here, a repel, which you can use to keep any low-level wild Pokemon away. So let's just use it just to see. Yeah, go away. Do they actually run from me now? That one's sticking around. Huh. Yeah, I guess it keeps them away, more or less. Anyway, let's move on with the show here. Look, there's the professor. So, have you unraveled all the secrets of the Dynamax phenomenon yet? Oh, goodness, no. The whole thing is still full of questions. I'd hoped that my granddaughter would take over my research, but... Dear me, I'm sorry. I didn't even notice my guests. My name is Magnolia. Welcome, young trainers. Now come, let's head indoors. Endorse? What? You want to endorse me for Pokemon League champion gym challenge person? Why, Hop, dear, I see Wooloo has made some new friends. And you must be Marriland. I trust you received the Pokédex from Sonia. I'm sure you'll have it complete in no time. You must already know about Dynamaxing, right, Marriland? Professor Magnolia has been doing research into the Dynamax phenomenon for years and years, and it takes a proper understanding of the thing if you plan to use Dynamaxing to the fullest. There you go again, Leon, always talking about Pokemon. There are other things that are worth knowing about too, you know. Like how many different types of tea there are. Hey, Professor, do us a favor, would you? Help me convince Lee he should endorse us for the gym challenge. Oh, Leon, why wouldn't you endorse them? Hop and Marriland only just started out as Pokemon trainers. There's still loads they don't know yet. Dearie, I thought your dream was to have everyone in the Galar region become strong trainers. Isn't that right? Well, yeah, you're not wrong. That goal is precisely the reason I gave them both Pokemon, in fact. Right then. In that case, how about this? Let's see if the two of you can show me such a brilliant battle that I'm left with no choice but to endorse you. And don't worry, I'll make sure both your teams are in good shape before the battle starts. Wonderful. Right, I'll be waiting outside, Marriland. Alright, well that's great. Anyway, Magnolia here apparently has the effect to wear off my repellent. That's just how powerful she is. No, I'm just kidding. It's a nice house. There's like a few details here and there you might want to check out. You can also... Okay, I have to show you upstairs because there's a lot of books up here. There are a lot of books that look difficult to understand, indeed. And it's just such a lovely little room. I also love how there's this, like, dog bone. You can tell that she likes Yamper. Actually, I'm wondering if this is Sonia's room. I don't know, actually. Maybe. Yeah, maybe. Anyway, let's get out of here. But the thing is, I don't really want to be leading with my Yamper anymore. Let's lead with, How about I lead with Scorbunny? Why not, right? Although, before we go much further, there are a few cool items you can get. They're kind of well hidden, actually. You can go over here by the garden, and right by this bucket, there's a bottle of fresh water. You can use that to heal 30 HP to a single Pokemon, not bad. Behind the garden over here, over by the tools, is a Great Ball. It's like a Pokeball, but better. Yeah, 50% better. At least if they haven't changed it. So that's definitely a good thing. Probably don't need to use it right away, though. And then, this is like super hidden, but it's definitely cool. So there's this garage, right? And this big tree. We can actually go back here and ta-da! There is a golden Pokeball. What? No, anytime you see a golden item ball like that in the world, it indicates it's a TM, a technical machine. This one is TM57, Payback. So TMs, we'll have an explanation on them later. This is definitely hidden. But yeah, you can use them any number of times, an unlimited amount of times, and it will teach the move that is contained in it, as long as that Pokemon can learn it. So C-Dot here is capable of learning Payback. Unfortunately, Nickit cannot. Squavit can, though, and it's pretty slow, so it's not a bad idea to do that. I don't really need Astonish. It's really not that helpful. Ghost and Dark are two types that, like, Dark is just pretty much better. Like, all the time, it's better than Ghost offensively, so yeah. Anyway, that's good. We got that. So now let's head forward with the fight. Hurry it up, Marriland. You've got to battle me so I can get myself that endorsement. I know. I'm coming, don't worry. I'm gonna become the greatest Pokemon trainer there is. And to do that, I need that endorsement to take part in the gym challenge. Come at me with everything you have so we can prove to Lee that we've got what it takes. Of course, or if you still need to prepare, you can say I need to prepare and you'll be given a moment. I'm rather interested in seeing how you two young trainers battle, too. Listen, you two, the reason I'm unbeatable is because I learn from every battle I see or take part in. That's how I've gotten to where I am today. So show me something good in this battle. Ya newbies! It's time for my legend to begin. Alright, time for a rematch against Hop. You are challenged by Pokemon Trainer Hop. And he has caught a new Pokemon, although he's not leading with it. He's leading with his Wooloo, his trusty Wooloo. Have you gotten a bit stronger? Me and my team will put you to the test and see. Alright, well, yeah, I've gotten quite a bit stronger. It's also kind of neat that you can see Leon and Professor Magnolia over on the sidelines there. It's just a nice touch. There's something kind of funny with that, I'll show you in a moment. So just pay attention to them over there. We'll go ahead and use Tackle. Alright, now you see them? Now they're gone! Where do they go? And they're back. I know, I get amused with the silliest things, right? Hey, at least they look better than just like paper cutouts. I feel like they did that in some of the older games. Anyway, he's sending out his Grookey next, or whichever starter Pokemon he chose. Because I chose Scorbunny, he will have Grookey, but he'll have the one that your type is super effective against. So it should be really easy to take it out. However, it does now have its elemental move. Well, look at you, seems you really learned your type matchups. Yeah, I haven't forgotten anything. It's not using it, but if you are using something other than your starter, be careful if it goes down below 1/3 of its maximum HP, because then it'll power up its elemental move by 50%, so it can do a lot more than you may have been expecting. Of course, it's really easiest to just use your starter and take it out in like 2 hits. But, you know, you can do whatever. And Rookity. Alright, well, you know what? I happen to have a little dog. So let's send out Yamper here. Not that it's overly strong, but Electric is super effective against flying, so we might as well do that. It'll be a close one, but that's exactly my sort of match. If you call this close, I've got some bad news for you, buddy. Yeah, this is his new Pokemon that he added to his team. It's not overly threatening, though. But you do want to be on guard if you're using Grookey or something, because Peck will do more damage because it's super effective, of course. Yeah, see how paralyzing the foe makes it so you'll be faster most of the time. Starting with Generation 7, it effectively halves the opponent's speed, so that's pretty nice. And of course there's a chance that it won't be able to attack. Alright, so there we go, we've taken it out. Good job, Yamper. Oof! Gutted that I lost, but I'd expect nothing less from my rival. 640 Pokédollars for your victory. And I even got my Pokeball throw perfect too! The sting of defeat and the joy of victory. I guess going through both is the key to the two of us getting stronger, right? Something like that. Marriland, Hup. Well, after seeing a match like that one, I suppose I've little choice but to give you both an endorsement as champion. Really? Okay. You obtained a letter of endorsement! Sweet. Yes, thanks, Lee! I swear I'm gonna win my way through the gym challenge to reach you. You may both be young still, and plenty rough around the edges, but it was a proper battle. Charizard and I were both feeling the excitement in every last cell in our bodies. Hop, you've always tended to get caught up in things like how you throw your Pokeball out. Things that have nothing to do with real strength. Let me tell you a thing or two, Leon, alright? How fashionable you look is way more important than how strong you are in battle, alright? Like, you know, that goes down to making sure Pokemon have cool nicknames, which I know I'm guilty of not having in this, but there are reasons. Having good clothes, making sure they're in fancy Pokeballs. Just gotta tell you, Leon. Anyway, honestly, I've been worried about you, still obsessing over that sort of nonsense, but it seems you really have grown a bit, little brother. And I'd like to see some more thrilling Pokemon battles out of you too, Marriland. Alright, Marriland, you and me are going to train up against one another to aim for that champion's title. Absolutely, or against one another. What? That's the way of it when you've got a great rival, just like you've got me and I've got you. Huh? What's that? Aw, shoot. Just when I thought we were all about to go extinct. Nope, just a few rocks. Marriland, would you look at this? They're wishing stars. Since there are 2 of them, you should take one yourself. Hey, a wishing star. Wonderful. What do I do with it? Oh, my dreams come true with it. Nice. With one of these, my Pokemon can Dynamax! They're gonna be massive, yes! Trust you to pull something like this. They say wishing stars fall down for those who have a true wish in their heart, you know? I will be the greatest trainer ever. I will be the greatest trainer ever. I will be the greatest trainer ever! There, I said it 3 times, so surely my wish will come true now, right? Don't be silly, Hop. Those wishing stars are composed of a curious sort of rock containing unknown power. They are one of the most precious resources we have here in the Galar region, but they won't do a thing for you in that state. Give them to me now, and I'll have you sorted. Ah, right. You've done heaps of research on the Dynamax phenomenon, haven't you, Professor? Then please, give Marriland and me the power to Dynamax our Pokémon. First, we gotta battle against that mad Pokémon in the slumbering Weald, and now this. It really feels like we're getting caught up in the adventure of a lifetime. I do understand your excitement, young man, but don't get carried away. You want to save your energy for tomorrow's journey. Seems I came back home right in time for all the excitement. It's Miss Sonia. Hey, you lot, why not have some dinner? You must be hungry, right? I've been totally obsessed with making the latest trendy curries. Yeah, trendy curries. It's morning at last, and time for our adventure to truly start. Good morning to you, young challengers. Hop, is it true you really met some Pokemon you didn't recognize? Is there anything more you can tell me about it? Well, there was this weird heavy fog, and then this even weirder Pokemon appeared. Marriland tried to fight it off, but then I think we both passed out or something. It's all pretty hazy. Right fountain of information you are. Marriland, Hop, these are for you. Sweet bracelet! Got a Dynamax band from Professor Magnolia and slipped it on your wrist. Sweet! Those are your Dynamax bands. I made them by fitting the wishing stars you found last night into those bands. Thanks, Professor, this is brilliant! It's just like the one Lee has on him, too! Now we can Dynamax our Pokemon like he does. My word, you don't waste any time, do you? I think you'll find it's not so simple as all that. There are a number of conditions you must meet if you hope to have your Pokemon Dynamax and take on that gigantic form. Now, don't be afraid to go all sorts of places, or go to all sorts of places and meet all sorts of Pokemon. That will help you fill out your Pokédex, too. The legend of my reign is finally about to begin. Come on, Marriland, I'll beat you to the station. Alright, sounds good. Let's go. Alright, I finally found my way out of the house. Okay. One last thing before we race, Marriland. See, I've got some great advice for you. You know how sometimes you see Pokemon wandering about out of the tall grass, yeah? If you move real slow, and crouch down, those Pokemon won't pay you any notice. But on the other hand, if you whistle at them, you'll be sure to catch their attention. If you're a bit rubbish at whistling, just remember this. Need a fail-proof trick? Press the left stick. That's exactly how I was taught to whistle. Thank you, Hop, for that sagely advice. Try it out, and let's see who can catch the most Pokemon, Marriland. Now, he's actually calling you out to do that. You remember Wedger Station, right? Hey, I got its name right, because it was on the screen. Where we went to pick up Lee before. That'll be the goal, so see you there. Alright, so let's try this whistle thing. So yeah, if you move the control stick very slow, you won't draw the Pokemon near you if they, well, I mean, they could still wander right into you. Thank you, Rookity. Thanks. But yeah, some of them will go after you. So if you are just crouching like that, that can be a good way to avoid them. But on the other hand, you can also press down on the left control stick to whistle, and that should draw. Here, come here. Yeah! Come get some. Well, I mean, they at least took note. I guess I'll give them that. Alright, so he was not kidding. He's actually challenging you to catch at least one new Pokemon. If you don't, well, nothing bad happens, don't worry. He just has a different bit of dialogue when you meet him at the station. So I'll tell you what, I'm gonna go catch one of the new Pokemon. There's 2 more that I don't believe I've shown off that are still available. One of them is, oh, right here, it's Purloin, which looks adorable. Just like standing up, just like shaking, just wiggling when it enters the fight. It's not that great, to be honest. It's a dark type, and there are, well, other dark types, let's just say, that are kind of fighting for your attention. But, you know, if you like Purloin, I guess it's there for you. Hey, Arrokuda learned Fury Attack. Nice. Yeah, my Pokemon did learn a few moves. Nothing, like, super exciting, but yeah. Okay, let's just take a look at you really fast. Yeah, nothing overly great, to be honest. Not like the worst thing. I guess it gets Fake Out pretty early now. That's kind of fun. You can use this at the beginning of the fight, and like as soon as you send out Purloin, and it's just like a free 40 power move, because the target will flinch afterwards, meaning they can't attack, so that's kind of handy. Alright, anyway, that means there's one Pokemon I still need to find, and it's rather rare. Also, at this point, you might notice down on the bottom left there, dog, please, Marriland! Showing off this cat and this Y button here. Okay, dog. This is the Y-Com. It offers many ways to connect with other players. You'll be welcome to swap Pokemon, take part in Pokemon battles, and more. There's never a shortage of things to do. When stamps arrive in Y-Com while you're out on your adventure, it means that other trainers are around and looking for someone to connect with. Press Y to see who's around. Normally, you can use Y-Com to connect with people close by, but if you press the plus button and connect to the internet, you'll be able to connect with people around the world. Select a stamp that shows a silhouette of a Pokemon on it, and you'll be able to team up with your fellow trainers to battle Pokemon. Yeah, probably don't want to do that right now. Okay, I looked over where it says chatter, and I thought it said cheater. I'm like, I did not cheat. That wasn't me. I didn't do that. Yeah, there's some features here. It's basically the way that you do connectivity with other players. I'm not going to go into it right now, but I just wanted to point out that that's available to you. And as you catch Pokemon and evolve Pokemon and do things like that, you will see that you'll have little notifications in the bottom left there to kind of indicate that. All right, I want to find this rare Pokemon. It is quite rare. It's a 2% encounter chance for an overworld encounter. So let's see if I can... What? It wasn't even in the grass. Let's see if I can find it. What? This Squavit has Belly Drum. Excuse me? Okay. So that must be from that glowing thing. It must mean that they can have an egg move. Or something. Because I am pretty darn sure I would know if Squavit had Belly Drum. Well, okay. Yeah, I just happened to find one of them with the glowing thing, so I figured I'd fight it. Oh, Scorpion wants to learn Double Kick. That'll be really nice. We don't need both Quick Attack and Tackle. Both are 40 power moves. Except Quick Attack will pretty much always go first, so yeah. Wow, Belly Drum, huh? I also realized I didn't have a Squavit, so it's like, huh, okay. Let me take a look at you. It might not be that bad. Except for your really bad attack, but, you know, Belly Drum, yeah, look at that. Yeah, that is scary. Oh, man. Well, sure, I guess it's a sign. I'll add you to the party. There it is! It's a Zigzagoon! Except it's not like the Zigzagoon I'm familiar with. No, what happened to you? Yeah, this is the Galarian Zigzagoon. It's a special Galar region form. And yeah, it's a dark normal type, kind of reminiscent to the Alolan Rattata of old. But yeah, it's quite rare at this point in the game. It's only a 2% overworld encounter. It really isn't very good. I'm just gonna say it straight up. Like, there's really no reason you need to wait around and find it. But it is pretty cute. I do like this thing quite a lot. And you can have one that has the ability Pickup, which is quite handy. It'll pick up random items after the battle, and the items depend on its level. So as it levels up more, it'll get better items. It's just a nice way to get free stuff. Free stuff's always nice. But yeah, honestly, like, it's at level 7 and it only has 9 attack. It really won't do very much for you really. It evolves at level 20 into Galarian Linoon, and then at level 35, but it needs to be nighttime in order for it to evolve to its final form. I don't want to use this thing as much as I do adore it. Okay, so that takes care of all the Pokemon. I did catch another Rookidee. It was one of those glowing ones, so I figured I might as well catch it. It had the move Spite, which not quite as exciting as Belly Drum, that's for sure, but it's still a move. I believe an egg move, so that's kind of neat. And I got 140 watts from that, which is that W currency. All right, so let's head on back here. Now I've caught plenty of Pokemon. Hop's gonna be happy. Yes, he is. Yeah, you just need to go to that station over there. Don't even worry about healing up your Pokemon, by the way. They will get healed just by going over here. So out with it, Marriland. How many did you catch? I caught a really special one. But look at how many you caught. You're well on your way to building a fine team. And he'll give you TM40 Swift, which is another one of those technical machines. That's a technical machine, a TM, mate. With a TM like that, you can teach your Pokemon a new move in a flash, and you can use them again and again, too. That one can teach the move Swift. Lee gave it to me ages ago, and now it's yours. The gym challenge will begin in Motostoke, and our train's waiting, so let's go. Yeah, if you didn't catch any Pokemon since that point on Route 2 where he's like, you should catch some Pokemon, he'll say this instead. So, out with it, Marriland. How many did you catch? I caught a really special one, and you got? Not one? What were you doing this whole time? You're going to want a team if you're a trainer. Yeah, it's a little silly detail, but anyway, just thought I'd share that. Not quite so fast, you two. Moms! What are you doing here, Mum? I'm sorry, Mums. I knew this day was coming since the moment you chose Grookey as a partner, darling. Professor Magnolia was kind enough to let us know that you two were setting out. So here, a last little gift to see you well set on your way. All the kit you'll need for camping. Sweet, a set of camping gear. That'll be fun. No matter what happens out there, if you and your partner are together, I know you'll be fine. Thanks, Mum, and just think of how lucky you are, mother to the first ever pair of champion brothers, because I'm certain to be the champion next. You'll see. Of course you will be, darling. Anyway, do have fun and take care of yourselves. You'll be welcome back home anytime. We'll be fine. Wish us luck, not that we'll need it. There are loads of brilliant trainers and all kinds of Pokemon out there waiting for us. My excitement's running ahead of me even faster than that train can go, Marriland. Come on, we're off. Well, awesome. Let's go. Except we're about to run into a problem with our arch nemesis. You'll see in a moment. Motostoke is surrounded by a vast wild area. It's a real sight. There are all sorts of wild Pokemon just wandering about everywhere you look. Plus you can camp out, do a spot of fishing. I don't think I could ever get tired of it. Hey, Mr. Station Master, isn't this the wild area? What are we stopped here for? Yes, this is the wild area station, make no mistake. I'm sorry to tell you that the train is halted due to a flock of Wooloo on the tracks. My arch nemesis. No, I actually really like Wooloo, but they are the most adorable annoyance! They're always getting into things! What's there to be sorry about? This is brilliant! Brilliant? This wild area is massive. There are loads of Pokemon to battle here. You don't get it, do you, Marriland? This is the best possible place to put together the greatest team. Yeah, I see. Yeah, anyway, we've now been, we're kind of on a detour. We need to stop by here. However, there are some things before we check out the wild area. So these two right here, this is really important if you have played Pokemon Let's Go Eevee or Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu. So you can talk to this lady right here if you have save data for Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu. Hey, have you and Pikachu had a... I knew it! You've had a Let's Go experience with Pikachu, didn't you? I hope you'll have another Let's Go experience with this Pikachu, too. Yeah, if you've had save data on your Switch for Let's Go Pikachu, you will receive a Pikachu. A special Pikachu that's capable of Gigantamaxing. Yeah, I'll show that off later, but definitely make sure you pick this thing up because, hey, it's a free Pikachu, right? It's level 10, so it's not too bad. Yeah, pretty nice. Oh yeah, but you can see that there's like a symbol up by it. See that symbol by its name? That like really cool looking symbol? Yeah, that means it can Gigantamax. Very nifty. All right, we're sending you away. The Pikachu I gave you is very special. You should try Dynamaxing it. Yeah, maybe I will. Hey, have you and Eevee had a... I knew it! You've had a Let's Go experience with Eevee, haven't you? I hope... Yeah, alright. So same thing. If you've had save data on your Switch for Let's Go Eevee, similarly, you will receive a free Eevee. Wonderful! Yeah, and this Eevee is also capable of Gigantamaxing, which is very cool. Very cool indeed. If it has the ability Runaway, by the way, that would be very helpful. You might want to bring it with you for your upcoming adventure because it can get you out of a bad spot, let's just say. Let's go ahead and add you to the party just for a safety measure. Well, I don't really know who I want to get rid of. I guess we'll get rid of this Nickit here. Sorry, but it's fine. I don't really plan on using Eevee. But having a Pokemon with Runaway is very handy. So, oops, sorry, mister. I love the Wooloo just bouncing around, causing chaos over there. So, yeah, if you don't have Let's Go Pikachu or Let's Go Eevee, if you have a friend that has a physical game card, just say, hey, can I, like, borrow that for a few minutes? Just boot it up, save your game really quick, and give it back to them. Because remember, on the Switch, the save games are saved on the system, not on the card, so you won't even ruin your friend's save like on, say, the 3DS era games, where it saves it on the game card. So yeah, or if you have a friend that, you know, you want to help out, you can do that too and be a real hero for that. Yeah, helpful tip. Also, be sure to talk to this lady here. You'll run into stronger wild Pokemon the farther you go into the wild area. If you feel like you're in a pinch during a battle, just use a Pokédoll. But why have one when you can have 5? Yes, she'll give you 5 Pokédolls, which is wonderful. No matter how strong a Pokemon is, you'll be able to catch it eventually, so long as you join in the gym challenge and gather the gym badges. Yeah, that's pretty nice. You can also buy a few items here. Nothing new, but, you know, there's items in case you need more Pokeballs and such. And you can go back by either talking to the terminal over by the gate or just talking to it here. If you need to go back to Wedgehurst. Hey, I said it right! But yeah, anyway, that covers Route 2 and all of these surrounding areas. Next time, we're gonna check out at least some of the wild area. This place is absolutely gigantic, so it's gonna be quite a doozy. And we're not gonna see everything next time, but don't worry, it will be in time. That's it for this video. Thanks for watching, everyone. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please consider liking the video, subscribing to my YouTube channel, and turn on notifications to get updated. Be sure to check out my website for more Pokémon Sword and Shield coverage, including a full mobile-friendly Pokédex, a powerful team builder, and a written walkthrough. See you next time!